Hello friends, so this is the third attempt that I start this, the Mago series, and actually start talking about the king, and I realized that I still can't quite get into the story of the king before I add just a few more things in advance. So I thought, okay, so it's gonna be like 3 forerunners to Mago and the story of the king, and this is number 3. Attempt number 3. I still have to tell you some stuff to clarify my situation and the circumstances under which I'm trying to start constructing with you this huge, beautiful construction. Sometimes I see it as a cathedral of history, like reconstructing our true history. It's a big undertaking, so I still have to, just sharpen the tools and share with you the vision of the tools and the circumstances and the situations with which we're going to work. Because obviously reconstructing true history is a serious undertaking. So although I try to take everything lightly, and lightness is definitely one of the most important things, and one of the virtues that we should cherish. Especially when we're considering such super heavy stuff as history and politics and reality. But together with the lightness, I do want to keep this, semi-serious. So I have to apologize beforehand for any typo that I say. Like, I already noticed that I'm making mistakes with numbers. Sometimes I say Mago 2 when it's Mago 3, but you will understand. And sometimes I say 14th century instead of 15th century instead of 14, or whatever. I mixed numbers up sometimes, and I'm not used to the camera either. I've been a writer all my life, behind the camera even. I've made a film before, and being on camera is really not my thing. It's not quite my cup of tea. I'm getting into it because I have to get into it. I need to share these things with you, and really the best thing is through the camera. This is what technology, the technological age, is giving us. So although I'm a very kind of ancient person, ancient soul, and I love books and pen and paper and the personal contact, and technology is kind of foreign to me. But every age has its advantages, and it would be an absolutely grave mistake to only see the drawbacks and the negativity of all ages, including this super technological age, which is in so many ways the end game, and it's so messed up. But we do need to see the divine will behind it, and we should consider that everything is always balanced at all times. So with the negative always comes a possibility, an option, a chance for us to use it for the good. Actually, in terms of this idea and everything else, I have 2 very, very dear quotes that I cherish when I'm even trying to understand my own life and my own destiny. and one is in Arabic, and the other one is it's an Arabic notion, and the other one is Hebrew, and the Arabic is maktub, as you probably have heard this before. Maktub it means it's written, and it refers to the faithfulness of life, that everything is written somewhere. Everything has to be exactly the way it is in some way, which does not contradict the notion of free will, but it somehow reassures us that everything is meant to be in a way. So everything is maktub, written in some higher echelon of life. And the other notion that kind of completes this for me, and is a very beautiful thought. In Hebrew, it's hakol letovah. Everything is for the good. So everything, including the horrors of history and the big hoax and the conspiracy and the ruin of humanity and all the horror, terror, really insane shame, it's somehow all hakol letovah, and this is the foundation of all faith, that we have to believe that there is a higher will, a higher force, which wills, or which not only allows all of this, but which wills all of this for something higher, for a higher good. So anyway, beyond this kind of philosophical introduction and rant on my part, for which I truly apologize, as well as for all the errors and mistakes I make, and the spontaneity, and my uncombed thoughts and appearance even, I think the reality of all of this, including the mistakes and errors, only adds to the reality. Somehow justifies the truth of all of this, because it's not AI, it's not polished up, it's not photoshopped, it's all real, and thus the truth of it might be even more strong and convincing and authenticity. So I hope all the errors, the mistakes, and the ridiculousness of my little persona here adds to the authenticity of my thoughts and the truth of my message. And the message I'm trying to convey to you is something that comes from a higher dimension. And I so believe in this, and I so believe in my mission. And that my mission has been to dig up all this stuff and to present it to you, to the world, which begins with you. So, errors, acknowledgements, thank you, thank the universe, for this moment. And thanks to all the people that are working on the truth and the light and the enlightenment of all of us. And I've learned so much from so many other people, and I listen to really wise contemporaries of mine, women as well as men. Thank you to all of my beloved ones. Thank you, that we can love each other and we can help each other in many, many ways. So I'm very moved by that. Thank you, my friends, for being my friends. And so another thing that I would like to clarify before we get into the Mago and the story of the king is the space-time, this reality that you see here. So this is my studio. This is my apartment in Budapest, capital of Hungary at this moment. This is where I will be recording probably most of my my editions of Mago. This is where I wrote not all and not even most, but a good part of my stuff. So I would like to show you just like how much the physical reality of my work is. Like, this is the background of my PhD that I wrote for university. That was never accepted, as I said. And then I got into the Mach theory, on which I worked for years and years and years. And there are 3 websites which basically more or less revolve all around the Mach theory, the seed theory, my theory that everything in the universe is a seed, essentially, and what the seed is, and the structure of the seed, and how it reflects in, or should reflect in, languages, and which languages reflect the seed structure, right? And in which languages the seed structure is broken. And this is the key to my whole presentation here. And we will get to this in much more detail later on. But I would like to keep emphasizing that it's the seed theory, and it's not even a theory, it's a manifesto. The seed is everything, and the seed structure of society, of the human being, soul, mind, and body, and the seed structure of family and societies, woman, man, child, etc., etc., is the foundation. And we have strayed from this, and we have to return to this. And we can only start returning once we understand what it is and what we have strayed from, our original law. It's the cosmic, natural, and universal law, the seed, the mug. But not now. So more of my books. As I said, I'm also a psychic, which means that I listen to my intuition, and I work on it, and I work on kind of tuning into my intuitive. And it's a manifold process, of course endless, and I'm still nowhere, but I can say that I do have some results of this work, this inner work that I do as well. Like, you see, these are my notebooks of the past like 15 years, full of stuff, and I'm not even gonna get into it, like how much I write and make notes and draw and channel. And all of this, again, is crowned by and channeled into the seed, the mug, which is the alpha and omega of all. So this is also just to show you, the background of all of this, so that I'm not just like, it's not just hot air that I'm saying, and it's like a pretty well-researched and well-founded world, let's say, that I'm trying to present to you, tackle and try to present to you in a way that's hopefully understandable and acceptable, and maybe even fun. So this is still the very beginning, and I do really apologize for for all of the confusion and the apparent chaos, but it's not chaotic actually. There is a beautiful order, not only behind my things, I believe, but also behind everything, behind the world. There is a very precise and beautiful order. Actually, the seed does contain, its code is balance, harmony, and order. So balance, harmony, and order is what we're trying to find, and it's also what I'm trying to find in the seemingly random, but not at all random, flow of events that we call history, and also our private life. That there is the beautiful balance, harmony, and order, not only in every second of every person's life, but in every event and every era, every kind of unit of history, and the whole of human history, just as the whole of life on Earth and life in the universe as well. There is the balance, the harmony, and order, and the purpose. And the purpose is the pinpoint of all of this. What's the purpose? What's the purpose of this video? What's the purpose of our everydays? The purpose. And the purpose is more love, more light, more good. Obviously, that can be the only purpose. So it's also my purpose here to present something to you and the world, through you, the world, through us, the world, that will not only take things further, but might actually bring about the change that we're so in need of. Right? We all feel that in many ways we are now in a very dark era of humanity. And it needs to change. Dawn must be breaking soon. There must be a change, and I believe with this mag, the seed, the law of the seed returning to my consciousness, to your consciousness, to our consciousness, the original law returning. It's a sign that change is about to happen, and it's going to happen through us. That's for sure. So let me show you my third pile of stuff. These are the books that are actually put out by myself, although not many people have ever read these. The success of it is questionable. But then again, what is success? We shall see. So this is my PhD, the Cultic Code. Actually, the PhD itself is called The Living Books. I'm not going to get into it now. But it's already circling around circular structures and the organic structure of texts and life and phenomena, including history and stories. This will be reflected in Mago as well. So this is the PhD, long written. This is kind of with the Sibyl of Troy. this is something I never actually included in the PhD, which is like even as complex and just out there as that is. This is even more like this is the essence of metaphysics. Like I went so deep into the core of the core, the essence of things. It's like some kind of super philosophical thing. The Pearl is a little booklet of mine that is the essence of what I found to be the seed of light in poetic forms and in all ancient civilizations, all of our ancient civilizations, all of our ancient cultural heritage, everywhere, everyone's ancient heritage is based on the seed. It's not specifically this nation's or that nation's. We Hungarians call ourselves Magyars, the people of the Mag, the people of the seed. We're keepers, but ultimately every nation, every culture is a keeper. We all keep some part, some memory of our original law, which unites us. So we all keep some memory of our original unity. And only if we put these pieces together can we reunite. So everybody is needed. Everybody's deep memory is needed. And that's such a beautiful idea, that we are a collective and everybody is an essential piece, essential particle of the whole. So, the Mag theory, the seed theory, many booklets, years and years of work. I did like even online courses about this. Mag Lab with all the different structures, models of the seed. We will get into this later, how everything is a seed from the smallest to the largest scale. And then the Mago series, which begins with, I already showed you this book, King, Priest, Girl, Beast, which actually it began with kind of a novel version, Tale of the King, the Priest, and the Girl. And this was back in the day when I started it. It was just a whole other kind of angle. It wasn't exactly the same scientific angle which it ended up being. There's an outline of this, a little booklet. This you can actually see on my third website, Magmag, the outline of Mago with the pictures, as few words and as many pictures as possible to illustrate this absolutely true, 100% true story of the height of the Renaissance with the king, his priest, and then Botticelli's Venus, and then the Mona Lisa and who she was. And then last year I already began book 2 of Mago. I actually began writing it with the beast, and this is like the most outrageous, surprising, and groundbreaking thing, because I went back, all the way back, like where things broke in human history. Went all the way back to the beginning of the break, which is patriarchy, and the persona behind the first breaker of the original unity, and how it happened, and how linguistic gender got in way of unity, in the way. So I'm already like writing Mago 2, and Mago 3 and 4 are in development, and I'm just gathering stuff for that, and it's building, and I can already see how it's gonna take shape, and I will share it to you. Whatever I have already, I'm gonna share it to you, even if Mago 3 and 4 books are not yet entirely finished, I will share it with you because at this point I feel and I believe that this is the way through the camera that I can best share my stuff instead of writing 3, 4, or who knows how many more books that will never be read by anybody. So I'd rather just do it this way. Not only because this is more effective, perhaps, inshallah, but also because of the urgency. We have an urgent situation. Like really, I think the hit the fan already, and things are going in such a wrong direction. Although, you know, my life, your life might seem peaceful, and we're okay, and we have the welfare state, and you know, all the comforts of current civilization, but actually things are going in a really, really wrong direction. Don't be misled. Actually, and don't be also misled by the news of terror and horror, because that's also the other side. So what is it? Is it apocalypse now, like zombie apocalypse at this moment already, or is it peace and welfare? It's both, and it's neither. So there is a certain urgency in solving questions, and the lies that have been flooding our consciousness for so long cannot be sustained anymore. The truth must be revealed. And if I have a piece of truth, I must reveal it. If you have a piece of truth, you must reveal it. As Jesus said, we're not given the candle, the light, to hide under the bed. You know, you're given light to share it. You need to share it. Otherwise, if you're just keeping it for yourself, what good is it to others? And we are a unit. It's an illusion that we have individual identities. We're actually one body. There is a single collective body of humanity. So please forgive me for all the errors and all the apparent disarray of my thoughts. I'm trying to channel it. So I think we're almost ready to really get into the story of Mago, beginning with Mago 1, the first book, and beginning that with the king, the fantastic Mr. King. So I hope that this is the end of my long introduction, and now we can begin the story of the king. Peace.